As most of you know, Devon LARRATT and LEVAN Saginashvili have been going back and forth over the last couple days posting videos of their arm wrestling lifts. Devon did 150 pounds on his pronation lift, then LEVAN did 154, and then Devon did 151. But now, in his most recent video, Devon has told us that he is not impressed by LEVAN's lift, as well as addressing some of his other comments. The first thing Devon talked about is how everyone that he ever arm wrestles lifts more than he does. It's like his thing, to defeat people who are stronger than he is. He mentioned Ermes lifting 200 pounds on back pressure, he mentioned Dennis repping out his max on the same lift, and he assumes that Georgi is way stronger too. And it is true that Devon almost always lifts less than his opponents on more traditional lifts. If we're talking about things like deadlift, squat, bench press, and curls, Devon has got to be the very worst out of the top 10 guys. Probably even the top 50. And this is why Devon said he is not impressed by LEVAN's lift. He told LEVAN that he needs to lift way more before he would ever be scared. But the thing is, I don't know that this still applies when we're talking about Devon's lift that he invented himself. I don't know that Ermes, Dennis, or Georgi would be able to lift more than Devon on his pronation lift. Sure, they will beat him in curls and bench press, but I'm not so sure about the lifts that are tailor-made for Devon. Now, it is worth noting that Devon said LEVAN's lift was a quote clean lift. So as far as LEVAN not doing the technique properly, it sounds like Devon is happy with LEVAN's form, so I think that's good enough. And it sounds like Devon is kind of admitting that LEVAN is stronger than him on this lift. However, I think that there is still a major factor in this whole situation that makes everything look better for Devon. And this might be part of why Devon doesn't seem so concerned. And that is the fact that Devon has a king's move. This lift from Devon is designed to mimic an open top roll. It is designed to mimic the way that Devon tends to start a match. However, this is only the way that Devon starts matches. Immediately after this, he will drop into a king's move if he needs to, which I'm assuming will happen against LEVAN. But this means that Devon might get a 20% increase in stopping power when he hits that king's move. And I think this is a very important difference. LEVAN does not have the king's move. So let's say that his true 1 rep max is 80 kilograms. That means that the max pressure he is applying in a match is a real 80 kilograms. It's not going to hugely increase as LEVAN gets his arms stretched out. But with Devon, this is not the case. Maybe his true 1 rep max is 75 kilograms, but then on the table, the more that you stretch his arm out, the more that pressure will increase. Maybe by the time he's in a full-blown king's move, it's as if he could have lifted 85 or 90 kilograms on the actual lift. And I do think this makes quite a bit of sense as to why Devon said he wasn't impressed by LEVAN's lift. If LEVAN wants Devon's lift to apply to his arm wrestling style, he's probably going to need to lift quite a bit more since he doesn't have that king's move. Now obviously Devon could just be trolling, but I do think that in general, the weights Devon hits in the gym tend to translate a lot better to the table than him for most people. Whether that's because of his training frequency, the fact that he never goes to failure, the king's move, his setup, or likely a combination of all of these things, it does seem to apply pretty consistently. So let me know what you guys think about Devon's reaction here. As I've alluded to in other videos, I don't think this lift is going to have a massive carryover for LEVAN, but I'm thinking he's doing this much more so to get into Devon's head. I think his genuine training for this match will look very different, so it probably doesn't even matter anyway. And we are now just a bit over 2 months out.